piece, and I got a bag of hearts here, wood pieces that my husband found, and there's all assorted sizes. He found them a while ago, but pulling it out now. Deciding to do a heart, of course, and we're going to go with the chalky finish with this. So I'm going to shake these colors up. I got red, I got romance in the chalky finish, and I got carbon. So from DecoArts, and I'm going to try the red first. I'm going to go for a kind of maybe a pop art look heart. I have a couple of these, or a few of these, so I'm going to do a few different styles, just for the fun of it. And, oh, I might have to mix this up a little bit more. Actually, I might have to use a tongue depressor to mix this up. I'm going to take my seal off. I'm going to grab a tongue depressor, and here's my beautiful red rich color. And this is the romance. And it's such a nice bright red. I'm going to go with the traditional first. Traditional bright red heart. I'm not even making a base coat. I decided, no, not gessoing or not even put anything on there. I'm just going to go directly with this. And the nice thing about this chalky paint is it's perfect just to go on directly. I'm going to go with the grain just because I want to. And I'm putting it on nice and thick. I think that's how I want it. I really kind of want to make a nice pop of it. And make kind of, like I said, pop art this time. A pop heart. And go for something really fun here. So I'm just going to paint the whole thing red. Now this, like I said, these were found. If you guys, I don't know, they might have some sort of hearts or wood pieces or whatever at the craft store, probably because it's Valentine. These ones were obviously cut by someone who had the tools, and they were left on the side for someone to pick up. And my husband picked it up. So, because I mean, sometimes people just have too much of something and they just, gotta get rid of it somehow. So, lucky, I got these wooden hearts. And this is my first time playing with them. I'm going to see how the edges are a bit rough. They haven't been sanded. I didn't bother with it. I think it'll be fine for what I'm doing. I'm just gonna twist around here a bit, get all of it red. I'm using a sponge brush, and it's just a cheap one from the dollar store. You do have to wash them after you use them, otherwise the paint just stays in them. Like, really rinse good. My kids are horrible at doing it, so I like keep replacing these ones. These ones keep, but I mean, at least they're cheap. You can get them in a big pack at the dollar store. So there we go. Gonna dry that. I'm going to grab another brush. What kind of brush? And I'm just gonna grab something like this. This is pretty long brush, so hopefully I don't hit my camera. But I'm going to go in with a little bit of the rouge. Now I might have mixed it properly, but I didn't use my tongue depressor on it. This is the, I put it in the lid and I put my little top thing there, the rouge. So I want to see the difference. I kind of want to make like a shading of the heart, so I'm hoping that it'll work. What I'm going to do probably, because I'm working at a little bit of an angle, I'm going I want to do a shading of the heart, just a bit. And see if this red is any different to make a darker edge. Remember, I want to make kind of like a pop art heart. Now, if I would have sanded these little rough edges down, it would look a little bit better. so. But I did not do that. So we're going to see how this dries on here. And how it looks. It's a nice rich color. It might be really close to the rouge. The romance. So this is the rouge. But if it's a slight darkness, this is so cute. I think to have a nice little shaded area. So I'm going to come in. And there we go. And that's that. So cute. It might be just subtle, but I like subtle too sometimes. I know some of you are probably thinking, when? Especially some of my stuff lately. It's been right bang in your face. But I do love lots of color. But this is going to be a little subtle. Yeah, it is drying nice and darker. I'm just getting the bottom edge here, right here. I'm noticing when it's drying here that it is going just a nice subtle darkness, so I like that. So I kind of went over it the second time here just to make sure. Got good coverage. So I really just shook the jar like crazy. I didn't have to use the tongue depressor to mix it up. First time it was really not mixed well, so I had to mix tongue depressor for the first jar. And I think that's it for this part, guys. Now I'm going to go. It's got like the shading, and I'm now going to make the I'm going to make the banner first on here. So I'm gonna wet my brush, and I'm gonna kind of try to make a banner, and I'm just gonna go for it. Just kind of, I probably could have drawn it on, whatever, and I'm just trying to kind of get a black look for the line. I'm going to grab my pad here and kind of work these lines a bit. So that's what I'm doing now. Getting that brush loaded, but I want the lines to come straight, not like a blob of paint when I go on it next. So that's why I'm kind of rubbing it off onto the pad. And now I'm just going over it because there's a little bit of texture from the wood, so. And I did miss a little red there, so I'll have to fix that up. Fix that up! So now I'm just going to work on the bottom of my banner. I'm trying to do kind of, like I said, a pop art type of tattoo look of a banner and of a heart. And so that's where I'm going with this. Something a little different. So I'm going to have a few different styles. This one's the first one I thought worked. Now I'm using still the chalky paint heritage color. I'm using a square flat brush and I'm painting the banner. Now it doesn't matter that I left the banner a bit thick or whatever, because now is when I'm going to kind of fix up with this. So I'm just going to go right to the edge. And get this banner color in here. I didn't even dry it up, but if it streaks, I will be in trouble. Then I'll be like, oh no, so sad. I might have to dry it a little bit. Expecting red streaks, I'm expecting black, because I did dry the red. Okay, so I'm going to go over that a bit here. But maybe I got a little bit in the groove here. Maybe I didn't get it all. So just using the lid to dip in here. I really shook this one up too. So it's mixed really well. Shake it up. So now I'm making my banner. I'm gonna paint this whole thing. And I'm gonna use a finer brush to do anything. I kind of went over that line a little bit too much. I'll just fix that up after with a finer brush. The nice thing is that even though I got some wide lines, I can go over it a little bit and shape them up to the way I want them with this heritage color, which is perfect for a banner. I'm going to do 2 layers of it, I think. I've got the first layer on, and now I'm starting off my second layer, and just the same color. And I'm kind of thinking where if I want to add like little banner ends. So usually you'd have them kind of out, but since it's just a block of wood, I'm thinking about adding them to the heart still. So just what I'm thinking now, kind of giving you a heads up. And I do want to do a second coat because of the color coming through a little bit, you know, coming through there of the red and the black. So I'll be back when the second coat is done. Go in with the black again, and I'm gonna make a tail of some sort. So I'm gonna go in and just do that right there, because like I said, most hearts you would be making it, oops, get an angle I can get, making it onto the background, the tail, but I'm adding it to my heart. I'm using a smaller brush. I'll get a little more control, so I'll probably be using this brush to fix up my edges and stuff too on the other one. So I like that, and I'm going to put one up here. Kind of figure out what I want. Just like that. And I'm just going to go over anything I don't like it's a little thick. And that's what I'm going to do. Go right off. So that's kind of my way of getting the banner ends in there that I like. I really do like them. I think they're just flowy and gives it more of an impression of a banner. Concentrating on the lines like I told you before. I'm going to kind of go over them and try to make them nice and maybe a little thick in some spots, and just even as much more possible as I can. And that's what I'm going to do. So I got my lid right here. And I'm just trying to get them going, the lines. I I'm going to see if I could try a little angle brush. It might work. I'm going to try something like that. I don't know if I want. I'm going to try this one right here. It might be too thick because this one kind of worn. Oh yeah, it's too thick. Okay, I'm not going to try that one. I'm going to continue with what I have. It's time to get some more brushes. I think I've been rough with my brushes. So that's what I'm going to do now is do my lines all the way around here. And if you want to thin out your line, you just got to twist your brush a bit as you're painting. And so that's what I'm going to be doing now, is just kind of going over any pieces that I think need to be thickened up. I'm going to put a couple of details here, like just a very fine brush here, just a few details like this, just to show some, I don't know, give it that little bit of a pop art look, a little shading or something. This is a really good brush. I should have used it for my edging. It would take a little longer, but I should have used it for my edging. And yeah, so I think it's cute so far. So now I'm going to use these stencils from DecoArts. I'm going to show you which ones these ones are. These are the Personally Yours, and I'm going to use the word Mom. I'm going to grab my brush, stenciling stipple brush from DecoArts, which is in rough condition, but it should work. I'm going to dab into the paint off onto the pad. I just got the lid here, and I'm just dabbing into the lid. And then I'm going to do Mom. So I'm going to do the O right in the center here. Just like the old time tattoo. So it's kind of like a pop art tattoo piece. I thought it'd be cute. And I'm just going to wipe the O off quickly because I don't want to get any black marks onto my piece. So obviously in the past it wasn't wiped away, but it's been used for you know, groups and stuff like that, girl projects. When you have like 30 people in the class, you can't keep track if they're all getting clean. Okay, I'm going to do my M. And I think I'm just going to give it a little space there. Try that. Dabbing on my lid, dabbing on my pad. This chalk paint cover is really good too, and it's not runny, so it's perfect for stenciling. I thought this would be a really cute project idea because with all the Valentine's, you know, love and stuff, I thought it'd be different to have a little Valentine's for Mom. I'm going to dry that up. Again, stippling it on. And voila! There's our Mom pop art tattoo. I'm going to do some more edging and stuff like that. Darkening it up. I'm going to probably actually use a thicker, oops, oh great, a thicker brush to kind of put more of a piece, like, you know, a little bit more thicker, make it more visible and purposeful of a pop art piece. So I decided to kind of go exaggerate these parts here. So one over here too. Just kind of give it some kind of character. Just like that. A little bit of some black pieces of just shading or something, adding something. To make it pop. And I'm going to do the same thing for here somewhere. I want to really exaggerate it, so I'm kind of like playing with it and seeing how I like it. Really cartoony it and exaggerate it to make it like that pop art look. And I can always go over anything I don't really like. So this piece kind of went a little too thick for me. That way, towards the line, it went too thick, so I can always fix that. And I don't know if I like the top one, but I like the bottom one. And that is so far what I have. I'm going over a few pieces here that I went too much into. And I did wipe some of the black away, but of course it's going to be a little smudged of black. And I decided I didn't like this one, so I'm going to go over it. I'm going to probably have to do a couple layers, but that's okay. Come back and do another layer on that one. So I was just kind of cleaning it up a bit. Really. And deciding what I liked or what I didn't like. Can you see I'm in out of the picture, but oh, I gotta stop talking and doing that. But that's what I'm basically doing now. It's just kind of going over little pieces here and there. Fix up. I do need to probably purchase a few more fine detail brushes because I think I'm leaving them in the water and they're getting deformed and unable to use in the proper way for myself. My neglect. So, and then I keep doing that, so it's one of those problems. I gotta smarten up and take care of my brushes. And I wouldn't have such strays. I wouldn't be so having to fix things up so much. Just some of the mistakes that, oh, I don't like that particular color there or whatever. That kind of stuff happens. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of highlights and then we're going to be done. I almost forgot to put the black highlights in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go try, figure out which angle. This brush is a bit of an angle, so I'm really liking that. And I'm going to go along here. This, I told you, I should have sanded, and now I'm feeling it, especially when I'm trying to do a black edge on here. But I'll just keep going over it. So you see that black, I'm just going to be careful and kind of go over like I'm sketching, and do a bit of a black edge on there. This is a great brush, this one, and it's a cheap one too. So I might have picked it up at the dollar store, and I really like the angle on it, and I really like the softness. So you can get really good, cheaper brushes. I'm going to go right here, top of the heart here. I'm going to go up on the red here. Goes thicker and thicker each time. Not going to go too crazy. And I'm just not going to go on the ribbon, on the banner. I'm just going on the heart. Gotta make that heart pop. And again on here. And now this is the rough part again. So I'm just gonna take it easy and go, keep going over. So I would sand my next ones perhaps if I learned my lesson. But now I got my black outer edge. I don't want a curve, I want nice straight. There we go. I don't want wavy lines. This is my pop art heart, so we want it to be popping. It's like this. So it's kind of like a pop art. It looks like a cartoon. It's popping right out, and that was my whole, like a tattoo kind of thing. That's the whole idea. Now I just want to put one pop of white. I don't know if I want to put any white, but this is the enamel everlasting. It's the chalk finish as well, so I'm just going to play with it here and see what I have for. I want to make one pop right here, and I'm going to probably have to practice a couple. Let's see, practice a couple. I'm getting my water's a little red, so I don't want to. Okay. Practicing a couple, and I just want like a little white spot right there. So probably the wrong brush. I wanted it that shape. Isn't that cute? Could have done a smaller round and just went over it a few times to get a little larger size, but that is that. A few little strokes in here. And that is it, guys. That's my pop art piece. I hope you guys like it. I'm just gonna, do a couple little strokes, but didn't want too much white in there. So I'm just kind of playing with it. Anything I don't like, I can cover up after. It's kind of just playing with it and seeing what you like. There we go. I think I like that. I'm getting my hands in the black there. There we go. Little highlights here and there. And that is my project today, guys. I hope you like it. Give Mom a Valentine. Okay, friends, that is it. I really like it. I'm going to dry it up. I might sand just a tad off to age it a bit and give it that look. I really like that, though. Sanding, you can use file, or I mean sandpaper. I'm just going to go a little bit with this. And you got to make sure it's really dry. Look, I didn't do that right thing. I sanded down a bit. Now I'm just taking some of the dust off. I thought it would give it a little bit more of an old rustic look because it's more of an old style type of thing. And there it is. I might touch up a little bit. Grabbing, oh look, I got enough black on my hands that I want to touch up a little bit here because I don't quite like too much of it scratched out. So I'm just finger touching up. Perfect. I got black all over my hands, and then that kind of worked well. But and now I'm just going to put a little bit of a cream wax on there. It's going to give a nice sheen. Putting on the cream wax coat. I would try to put the cream wax coat on evenly. I shift it up, and it's just going to give a nice, you could put underneath and kind of sand some layers off too, a little bit if you put a little bit, but this one's just going to be the top, and so you can give it a sheen. Protecting it, give it a sheen, and that's what I want. And then let that dry, and then you can just rub it, and it's going to, the more you rub, the more shiny it gets, and it's so pretty. And that is my pop art heart. You can guys put any name across there. I thought it was really cute. I just thought I'll put Mom. The old-fashioned tattoo type of thing, the old original style. I really like that. And try not to get going back and forth too much. And going with the grain, so I want kind of have it like, I don't know, going with the grain. And then I'm going to let that dry. Now that it's all dry, the wax, you just got to rub it. Rub it, and the more you rub with a nice clean cloth, paper towel, cloth, the more you rub, the shinier the surface gets. And that's just kind of depending on how you want it. And it's a nice finish, and it's a nice protecting coat on there. Now you can see where I rubbed and where I hadn't yet. You can see a little bit where it's shinier and duller, and that's just whatever your preference is. And I'm just going with the grain because that's how I want to do it. And I thought this would be really cute Valentine gift or project, and you could do this kind of look on any kind of wood piece from the store, or a cardboard or that kind of thing too, to make it look more like this. I mean, you might not want the wax finish, whatever kind of finish you want. And if you want to do more paint coming off, I could have done a little bit of wax underneath the red coat in it, but I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to have a little bit of a natural worn look, just a little bit, not enough to age it too much, and I love it. The more you rub, the shinier it's going to get. So I hope you guys like this project, and don't forget to craft like a duck. Isn't that beautiful? Don't forget to craft like a duck. Bye, guys.